search thrift stores, Goodwills, garage sales, and more for possible treasures. Then I decide whether to purchase or pass. Watch what I do and decide for yourself. Would you buy it? Alright, so I'm back from thrifting, still kind of unloading. You get to see what I got here in a minute. A lot of stuff. So the only issue, the only concern is I wasn't 100% sure about a lot of the buys, and I was spending a little bit more than I typically like to. So it was a couple of community garage sales, and the first one that I went to, they specifically had an ad online saying that they had a Macintosh computer. And you'll see in some of the video I show here that they actually did have a Mac SE. The guy said it was working. I don't know how well he knew it. He mentioned that there was no hard drive, which I don't think is correct. But from that guy, I did get some stuff. I got this external hard drive for $5. Old school SCSI connections. This is apparently a microphone. Check out that little Apple logo, that's sweet. This I thought was cool. So it's obviously that older Apple logo for $5. The shirt is a little dirty, but Glendale Galleria, and it says, shop different. And then I got a bunch of records from him. They were 50 cents each. I actually got this, so I got this, and this for 15. I don't generally do 45, so I'll show you some of these 45s as I'm talking here. So Culture Club, I don't generally do 45s, but the reason I did these is because you'll see here, most of these are picture sleeves. But, you know, a couple Bangles, a couple Go-Go's, probably lock those together. Dexy's Midnight Rider, Joy Division. And this one is, I think it's rare. I'll be really curious to see what this is worth, but Kraftwerk. This is a kind of a really weird, techie kind of band back from the 80s. These seem to be in good condition. Hopefully the records are a bit dusty, but seem reasonable, Thompson Twins. So I bought these. I don't generally want to mess with them, but like I said, I figured I would because of the fact that they're picture discs. So quick update, look through these quick for prices. Most are not worth a lot, and I'll probably just sell them as a lot. But the Joy Division one, these days in the Level Tears Apart, that was the single that some of you might know. It could be worth, I mean, again, it seems crazy, but probably 25 plus. So I have it up at auction. Dexy's Midnight Runner Gino might be worth 15 to 20. And the Wham one, I don't think it's worth a lot, but most of them don't have the UK thing on it. So I'm just gonna list it at an auction and see what it does or doesn't get. Be sure to look in the description below. I will have the prices I paid for each of these items, whether I listed it, whether it's a keeper, and if it's sold, I'll tell you what price it's sold for. And I have been keeping that up to date so you can get a good sense of whether this was a good buy, a bad buy, or somewhere in between. This is probably a mistake. This is a Kodak camera, a Retina Automatic 3. It has a case, and generally it's in good condition, though it is split here. This thing, so I saw a bunch of Cabbage Patch Kids. If you look at the most recent WyBi, you're gonna see that I bought a bunch of Cabbage Patch hesitantly. Well, I saw a couple more lots today and I passed them all, but then I saw this one from 2000 in box, the dreaded collector's edition, for $5. So I paid up for that. At first I thought the box was dented, but I think that's actually how it's shaped, and it's not weird. So I have not looked up comps for that yet, but I think I'll do okay with that. All right, so this is why I think I hate Cabbage Patch Kids and why I hate collector's editions. So there was one that sold for like 15 plus shipping, but then there was about another 900 that didn't sell. So this is, I don't even know if it's gonna be worth selling. This thing I got for free. This is heavy duty. So it's like resin. No idea. All right, here's a couple other things that were in the community garage sales. Snoopy, Charlie Brown. So these two go together. So this is an actual candle. So this is a candle that you could literally burn, and it's pretty gross. These ones are candle holders. All of them are from Hallmark, and I paid 10 for them. I'd much rather have paid like probably 5 for them. So yeah, that wasn't the best thing ever. All right, another update. Do you notice what I didn't notice? That Charlie has a problem here. like a hole in the back of his friggin' neck. But he is now essentially probably worthless. Somewhere I got this Lego Creator for $1. You know, it's unopened. I don't know what it's worth. I may just keep it. I decided to go to this community garage sale. It's an over 55 community, and I decided to go to it even though I'm reluctant to. When I think of an older 55 or an over 55 community garage sale, I think, well, these are people who've already moved, right? So they moved from their original home into this community, so they've already had the garage sale where they really got rid of the good stuff. So I actually kept this one to the end, but I probably did the best here. At least got some interesting things here. So from one guy, I got all these Life magazines. Oh, actually, yeah, this is a game for 25 cents. But this guy was selling these Life magazines. So we had a whole bunch of Life magazines. He said, I think that his father had collected them. He had them kind of grouped. So this group was from like Killers or something. So I think this is James Earl Ray. And you know, what's the deal behind him? There's James Earl Ray, Sirhan. He said they're worth a bunch. You know, he looked them up on eBay. You know, people get very confused. They find one that's pristine. Like these have labels, which will hurt them. Overall, they're in good condition. These were Life magazines related to Kennedy. So there's, I think, 8 or 9 of them. Oh, actually, there's some look in here too. I didn't even look that close. Hey. So I think I spent 15 or maybe, like I said, 20. So, I don't know. This was a fun one. A wall phone. Just in case you think I'm completely crazy, I did get the rest of the phone. And I got this doohickey in there too, so that's all good. I don't know, $1 or $2 for that. This was cool. This was it's Bionicle, so I pulled it, but it's Lego Bionicle. You've seen some of my other WyBis where I've sold these, but there's a mask and it's a pen. I guess I should explain that. And it's got these little things that you can substitute out. So I thought that was cool. I got this Simpsons. It's sort of a mirror. It's glass. 25 cents. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with that. But my biggest buy is this stuff. So this is an IBM personal computer. It is a model 5150. It can be worth a fair amount. The guy said it worked. One of the things that may be good or bad is he's kind of tricked it out. I don't know if you can trick out a computer, but you used to have 2 5¼ inch discs. He took one out, he put in a 3½, and he said he put in a hard drive. It came with a keyboard. So here's the keyboard. So with that stuff, there's a game control adapter. It's a card. The joystick that supposedly plugs into it. A zip drive in box. This I thought was just cool. I doubt this is worth too much, but this is like a Phillips PDA, Personal Digital Assistant. Windows CE. I can't find a year in it, but it does mention Windows 95 here on the side. So it's actually Windows 90, Office 97. So it's got to be late 90s, I would assume. I'd be curious just to play with that, honestly. This is just software. Guide to Operations, DOS, Basic. That came with it. Somebody will want that. Those should be worth something. And then the last thing is actually, I had kind of walked away, put this stuff away, did some other garage sales, and I had remembered that he had this Jcpenney radio. Came back, said, oh, you know, what about that Jcpenney thing that doesn't work? You know, I'll give you $1 for it. He's like, well, I already threw it out. And so he actually dug it out of the garbage and gave it to me. So I stopped at a thrift store, kind of a local thrift store that's small but has a lot of cool things. I am, by the way, doing some local guides to thrifting, Reading, Berks County edition. This is a game Twizzle. I'd seen this recently on eBay and I almost paid like 30, $40 for it. This has got the marbles. It's got, I think it's pretty much complete. I love this, the Twizzle with the cootie in there. So this is kind of cool. It's dirty as hell, but it was $5. I guess you seem to have to give it a nudge. I don't know if that's typical. And then the other thing is Buffy, Vampire Slayer. It's a board game. It's $5. And the reason I got it is because it's new in package. Relatively easy to ship, easy to sell. and it's probably worth about $25, $30. All right, so I put on another person's dirty shirt, which means it's the end of this episode of WyBi. I will have a lot of fun going through the stuff, checking out the computer to see if it works, playing that Twizzle game, and things of that sort. So, so again, be sure to look in the description below. I will have prices, what did sell, what didn't sell, you know, and other details that I won't have at the time I upload this video. So thanks for watching, and please subscribe. All right, so I've opened this thing up. It has the actual PDA, case, manual, I think that's a dock, and it has the power supply. And so actually it has the stylus. So here's the moment of truth, where either I laugh or cry. All right, that's good. The wizard helps you set up your Palm PC. I've been able to set the time for New York. I've been able to input with the stylus and stuff. So I just played a game of solitaire on here, and now check this out.
My name is Elmer J. Fudd. I own a mansion and a yacht.
Sweet voice message. I may start walking around with this thing in my pocket because it's awesome. I may get rid of the phone and just use this because of the sweetness. All the things I can do, voice messages, look at the start menu. I could do contacts, I could have channels, I can have a calendar, tasks, all sorts of programs. Calculator right here at fingertips. I mean, oh my God. And look, a calendar with handy reminders to sell stuff on eBay. I think this is actually super cool. I gotta read the manual to see what else I can do. But I think it's super awesome. So I just looked at some comps, and one sold for $50, new in box with the dock. I don't know if it came with this awesome thing, but that is bogus, man. This should be worth like thousands of dollars. So I will list it for probably $500. All right, so here's the moment of truth. I have hooked up the IBM. This is a Tandy monitor that I have that I know that it works. And I'm gonna see if this sucker works. I have this came with the one manual, the guide to operation, so I'm gonna explore this. Now I'm gonna try to turn this on, hope there's no puff of smoke. So that's not good. So, it works. Gotta love that 1983 digital symphony there. I had the video, the monitor plugged into the wrong port. So besides the 5 1/4 inch floppy, it's got what they're calling a fixed disk drive, what I think we call now a hard drive, which again obviously gives it a lot more capacity in terms of memory. Awesome graphics. So without a disk, it will load to basic, it looks like 64K in terms of memory. So I'm really impressed with myself. I have composed this awesome program and I'm gonna run it. So let's see, 15, 5. I don't want to give it something so confusing that I don't know if it's right or wrong. Oh, excellent, 50 plus 5 is 20. So that's pretty awesome. So if that can be proof that this thing is working, it is in fact working. Again, that's loaded without a disk in it. So really pleased that this ended up working.